If you didn't have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
A fiery showdown in the Oval Office between Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and US President Donald Trump has thrown Ukraine's war effort into turmoil. The question now looms large. What if Trump pulls the plug on American support? Will Zelensky be left scrambling to piece together a coalition of hesitant allies? What was meant to be a diplomatic victory for Kyiv, a minerals deal that could cement US backing, instead exploded into a brutal political brawl. The Trump administration accused Zelensky of ingratitude and pressured him to cut a deal with Russia, while the Ukrainian leader pleaded for continued US military aid to hold back Putin's forces. The tension reached a breaking point when Trump ordered his aides to escort the Ukrainian delegation out, abruptly shutting down talks before lunch could even be served. A White House official described the scene as chaotic and unprecedented. A visibly shaken Zelensky took to X to emphasize that US support is crucial. But is that an admission that without it, Ukraine cannot hold the line? But the question is, if the US walks away, can Europe step in? The UK has signed a Ukraine signs $2.26 billion loan to Ukraine, and the EU have pledged billions, including a $20 billion EU package, and have, in total, outspent Washington. But can they replace America's firepower? Analysts are skeptical. Air defenses and artillery are US-dominated. Without them, Ukraine's lines could collapse in months. The UK is sending missiles, Germany hesitates, and Europe's depleted arsenals make a full replacement almost impossible.
Zelensky's vehicle, his armored SUV, pulled up to the door of the West Wing behind me just a few seconds after President Trump said that Zelensky can come back when there's peace.
A moment caught on camera captured Trump's no-nonsense stance. The message was clear. America is done playing Kyiv's lifeline. The cold reality is that Ukraine has leaned heavily on billions in US military aid since 2022, a supply line now hanging by a thread. Trump, unlike Biden, wants to wind down the war and redirect resources toward US domestic priorities.
Your country is in big trouble.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No, you've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
Trump's ultimatum was blunt.
But you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but you'll fight it out.
It's a seismic shift from the Biden administration's staunch backing, which pumped over $95 billion into Ukraine's war effort. Trump, positioning himself as the dealmaker-in-chief, argued that American dollars should be spent rebuilding the US instead. His conditions? Ukraine must either strike a peace deal or start repaying past aid through a stalled $500 billion minerals deal, a demand Kyiv has rejected as exploitative. The fallout leaves Zelensky in an impossible position. His military relies on US-supplied Patriots, HIMARS, and Javelins. Russia, still holding 20% of Ukraine, is growing stronger with backing from North Korea. A small foothold in Russia's Kursk region shows Ukraine's resilience, but experts warn it's unsustainable without American firepower. If Trump turns his back, Ukraine faces dwindling options: accept a deal on Russia's terms or fight alone. Security guarantees without America aren't real, Zelensky told The Guardian. Meanwhile, As European leaders scramble in London, Trump is already laying the groundwork for a new order, one where Washington's war chest is no longer open to Kyiv.